Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 2 Ghos Season 4, Episode 9, you guys. We only got one episode left. This episode was not bad. And if the show was continuing on, I would be interested to see how the story would go on. However, we know it's ending next episode, and that is unfortunate because there's going to be a lot of loose ends, a lot of things that they are not going to sew up, and that's going to be annoying for me. I at least hope that we'll get a few. We'll talk about the storylines that I at least hope is going to end, on the next episode. Anyway, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Power Book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Nova preparing for her wedding. I was like, Nova, girl, you gonna wear a white dress and everything? I mean, I guess. Kane, who's getting fitted for his suit, texted Monet and was just like, are y'all coming to the wedding? Monet is at the house with Drew, and then she was just like, this nigga got his fucking nerves. The cousin is back. Golden Brooks, what was her name? You guys know. Anyway, she's back. And she was just like, well, that's what I came all the way back here for the wedding. All right, I said, y'all inviting family from out of town and everything? You really trying to make this shit look real, right? So, of course, Golden, she's about to start up on family is everything and all that. And Drew was just like, spare us, the blood is thicker than water bullshit. Okay, we don't even need to hear that. Then he texts Diane, are we going to Kane's wedding or not? And Diane was just like, I got a lot going on. I don't know. Okay. She's still trying to deal with the fact that she done smashed old girl's head to smithereens. She's at class too, of course. Where else would she be? With her same 8 co-students. One of those co-students being Effie, who just found out that she got accepted to the program in California at Berkeley. I said, girl, good. Thank you, Jesus. At least you have the smarts that can take you away from this mess. Diane, not so much. You know what, Diane, she's so damn distracted. She can't even take this test that they about to do. And she just walks out of the room. Couldn't even take the test. So later on, we see Tariq go back to his dorm room and Mill is still there. Tariq was just like, I thought you were supposed to be moving with your girl, Elle. Okay, well, no, he's not. All right, because Elle don't want shit to do with him now that he done killed her drug provider. Tariq was like, I know you upset about that shit and everything, but I'm telling you, my nigga, you dodged the bullet. You dodged the bullet just the way that Tariq did. And anyway, we need to focus. All right, so he gets a phone call from Crazy Carter. And Crazy Carter got a demand on him, now that Tariq works for him and all, he need him to go check out this amusement park in Staten Island. And Tariq was just like, you got people to do that. Like, don't be calling me, asking me to do that shit. He was like, nigga, what I got is you. All right. And what you gonna do is what I say. Take your ass down to Staten Island to that amusement park and check on it and do whatever, I tell you to do. And don't say shit else about it. So Tariq, you don't have no choice. Okay. Now, Drew, we see he goes to, he goes to pick up his money from his crew like normal. Remember, he has a powerful job that he's been entrusted with by Crazy Carter. And when he gets there, the guys is all teasing him like, oh, nigga, are you the one that we gonna be giving this money to? Oh, you the big man in charge still? We ain't even got a fucking building. Okay, is it gonna be you or is it gonna be Tariq? Oh, why you said that? Why you said that? Man, Drew pull out the gun with the quickness like, nigga, what you saying? I was like, hold on, Drew, chill. It's okay, man. Y'all know y'all can't bring up Tariq. Drew and Kane both hate Tariq. They was just like, man, chill, okay? We just saying that Tariq got put on this new amusement park job out in Staten Island. Crazy Carter put him on there. We just playing. It's all love. But Drew, of course, is like, fuck. Because Drew, he just can't get away from Tariq no matter how hard he tries. Anyways, back to Noma. So Noma is getting married, and we are going to have a rehearsal dinner. So she has her family in town as well. All right. And her brother, the one that she goes to visit that the daughter don't never get to see. Okay. The brother is giving her the business. Like, oh, who's this nigga you marrying now? Did you even find out who murdered your other husband? And now look at you. This is what you been reduced to. He don't understand why she even needs to be in the United States. She is like, it's a method to her madness. Don't worry about it. He was like, I need you to explain to me this new fiance. He don't understand. Okay. You always had a little penchant for the help. And she was just like, you got your damn nerves. Have I ever went off on you about all of the countless whores that you messed with? And he was like, no, you didn't. But I also don't marry the whores. And she was just looking at him, and I was like, well, touche about that. What is she texting me for? Jada is texting me. Hold on, y'all. All right, you guys, sorry about that. Jada always texts or calls at the wrong time. She literally calls every single time I'm doing a video. Anyway, she's complaining about her seat on the plane. Anyway, you guys, back to the show. We're going to have this rehearsal dinner. Okay, I was just like, is the people watching the rehearsal dinner too? Like, we got to do it this, we got to be this official with it. So Monet and all them get there. Monet looking as aggravated. I mean, just like classic aggravated Mary J. Blige walked in that door. Drew and Diana there. Okay. So they are still going to support Kane. I said, this ought to be an interesting wedding. Don't nobody fucking like each other. So they're having this at Kane's place. And so, you know, brother's like, Kane, I like your home. And Drew was just like, yeah, well, this used to be our home together. It's not his home. I used to live here until I got kicked out. And Monet was just like, and as a matter of fact, it ain't even Kane's place. All right, this is my shit. And I told him he can stay here until I sell it. Noma's daughter was like, oh, I thought you said you owned it. Well, not exactly. Anyway, the brother wants to know what Kane does for his business. And Kane was just like, I've been in the family business my whole life. And now he works with Noma. And he's very impressed with Noma and her business enterprise. And the brother tells him that, you know what? Noma's business has been a family enterprise too. Well, Kane didn't know that. Of course he didn't, because you just met the girl and she ain't told you shit and now you marrying her. But Kane is probably going to come up in the end anyway, because I see Noma dying next episode. Anyway, Kane starts to ask the brother, okay, so what is it exactly that you do in this family enterprise? But Noma shuts it down. Like, this is a family dinner. It's the rehearsal dinner. Like, we should all be having a good time. Ain't nobody having a good damn time. So then Monet was just like, well, you know what? Monet knew Mecca. And the brother was just like, oh, you knew Mecca? Sure did. She didn't tell you that? And now look, Kane is marrying Monet's son. Isn't that something? It was actually funny to see Monet joke. Like, this is the first time that I actually saw Monet kind of like giggle and laugh and feel like she had one up on somebody, so I was here for it. So the dinner, of course, is a bust. Now, Kane is like embarrassed and shit. Like, Monet, can I talk to you privately for a second? So they go into another room. And they fuss back and forth with each other like only Kane and Kane and Monet can do. He was like, Mom, we need to make it look legit. And she was like, boy, chill. I'm gonna be at your funky ass fucking wedding. Okay? What else do you want from me? Because hell, Monet is still against this wedding, even though Kane should appreciate, and he does appreciate that they at least there trying to help out. So then Monet is feeling away. All right. And Monet was just like, you know, when Lorenzo got put away, you did step up. You was young. You didn't have to do it, but you did do it. And I never was really grateful about it. You know, I've never said thank you. Never really said thank you. And he was like, no, you never have said thank you. Like, are you really being serious right now? Are you really actually patting my back? Monet was just like, I shouldn't be talking down on you. You know, we still family, even if you over here with this bitch. Family comes first and forever. It's so funny how Monet is now on this whole family thing. It should have been we should have seen shit coming as we've been hearing how Monet is talking, but I don't think we was prepared. So she was just like, are you sure you want to do this? You know, you want to be Noma's partner? Yes, Kane does want to do this. Well, I mean, if you want to do it, then I guess I'm going to be here. But she ain't really feeling it, but okay. That's when Diane and Drew come in there. You know, it was nice to see that they were all getting along because it's been so long since all three of them was on the same page, you know. Kane is about to have his bachelor party, and actually Drew and Diane are supporting as well. Okay? It was even cute to see Drew and Kane, you know, kind of joking with each other and all that. I was just like, oh, look at this, the family. We all together. Yes, all together. And together we will. Y'all used to watch Pippi Longstocking? Now, when the kids leave, you know, Noma tries to talk to Monet as well. We are all going to be family, so we should all be getting along. Monet was just like, girl, fuck you in this family business. I just want to make sure that my family is okay. My son that you're marrying, that he is going to be good. So Noma was just like, okay, well, what will it take? And Monet was like, money. Like, I need a whole lot of money. Noma was just like, listen, girl, I ain't got no money, but I got a lot of product. Okay, and that's product that you can sell. As a matter of fact, there's an abandoned amusement park in Staten Island that you can go, you can have all that. You go on down there, it's all yours. So now we can see more clearly the plot that Crazy Carter and Noma has cooked up. They all trying to get them isolated out there in Staten Island. Anyway, back to Kane's bachelor party. So they're having the party at the bar that Monet owns. And, you know, a whole bunch of people are there, all the family that done flew in for the wedding and everything. Lil Durk. I was looking at him and I was like, oh, he looks familiar. He must be a rapper. And I had to look it up. And yeah, it turns out this Lil Durk had his acting debut. Everybody is real shocked that Kane came up the way that he did. Like, this is just like your average street nigga. You know, well, he did work for, he was a Tejada and everything. But still, like, Noma, that's a big ass come up. So everybody is happy for Kane. We see Drew and Diane, they trying to catch up with each other. You know, Drew is asking her how she doing. And Diane still a little fucked up about the situation. You know, she feels like she can't help feeling like she lost everything. Drew was just like, well, you know what, I'm here. So, I got you. And so then Drew, he feeling a little hopeful, I guess. And he was just like, guess what? It's a art curator who thinks that I'm good enough to put my art over in Paris, okay? Wants me to go for some fellowship out there. And I was just like, nigga, you still talking about being an artist? Baby, you is so heavily entrenched in this shit with Crazy Carter. You ain't going off to no damn Paris. But Drew has to admit that he does like working for Crazy Carter. It gives me power. And it gives me respect from people, that normally wouldn't give it to him. And it ain't got shit to do with the family. So he loves the fact that he can have choices and he is outside of like Monet's purview. He likes being the head nigga in charge. Diane was like, have you talked to Monet about it? And he's like, no, I haven't. Speaking of mom, let them check up on mom right now. So she calls Monet and Monet doesn't answer. So she calls Janet. That was the cousin's name, Janet. And cousin Janet was just like, no, girl, she not here. She said she was running down to Staten Island for something. And Diane was like, Staten Island? And when she said Staten Island, Drew's ears peaked up because remember when he was about to have to shoot a nigga for being disrespectful in the alley the other day, they was talking about Staten Island too. So the mind start putting two and two together. So Kane comes over and he's like, get off the phone, like enjoy yourself. And Diane was like, nigga, you got your nerve. Look, your mistress is here. Okay, Effie comes storming in. And she's pissed. She's like, I thought we was keeping the business the same. He was like, we are keeping everything the same. What are you talking about? And she was just like, no, there's some random Russian. And he told me that he's going to Staten Island for like some drop or something. And Kane don't know nothing about this Staten Island drop. But Staten Island is the key word here. Drew and Diane both hear it. So now their interest is piqued. Drew looks around like, oh shit. And Diane was like, Drew, something is off here. Okay, Staten Island, Tariq and Monet is heading there. Something is off. But anyway, we'll get back to them soon. Let's talk about Kane and Noma both fucking somebody that's not their potential spouse or their expected spouse the next day. Kane is fucking Effie. Noma's fucking Davis. What a night before the wedding, right? When they finish, Kane and Effie are talking and they're talking about how things are going to be different for them for now. He was like, go on and do your robot dreams, going and do that. He has his dreams of being a big time drug entrepreneur as well, so go do your thug thizzle. And she was just like, yeah, I will. However, she got accepted in this program in California. She needs to be out 100%. He was just like, listen, you chose the game and now you in it. Like that shit is life for life. All right. I can talk to Noma about it, but that's the best I can do. Effie is frustrated. The same with Noma and Davis. They over there having their pillow talk after they finish, and Davis was like, you sure you want to do this? Noma kind of makes it seem like she and Davis can continue on this relationship even once her and Kane get married. She was like, this has nothing to do with that. Noma fixing to die next week, y'all. Just get ready. But anyway, let's jump over to Monet out in Staten Island. Now she just walking all willy-nilly. It's middle of the fucking night, Monet hard and shit. Girl, you had to go in the middle of the fucking night. I mean, I guess she had to. And so while she's there, then Tariq shows up. Nigga, what you doing here? He's like, what you doing here too? They realize very quickly that they've gotten set up, okay? The Russians are there, and they about to shoot. It's about to be a real ugly scene there, but then who shows up but Drew and Diane? I said, not the 3Ds. Nigga, we done saved the day. Who would have ever known that Diane was gonna be the one to... I was like, girl, come on, you was tough. That bitch had her gun out and everything. I said, who knew Diane had it in her? Maybe all this innocent shit is not her bag. Maybe she is a hard, stone cold killer too. Cause she shot them Russians, ain't thought shit else about it. So after they kill off the Russians and everything, all's well that ends well. So they realize that they've been set up, that Noma and Carter both set them up. So now what we gonna do? Well, we just killed 2 Russians. Let's let them think that we dead. So they put the bodies in the car, and they set the car on fire. Monet's Jeep, the Benz truck. So they set the whole thing on fire, and they leave. So for now, at least, we're going to act like Tariq and Monet are dead. Next day, which is the day of the wedding, Noma's trying to find out why is it that Kane does not know that his mom is dead. So she talks to Crazy Carter like, what's the deal? And he was just like, you're going to have to hold on a minute. They did find 2 bodies in Monet's car. However, the bodies haven't been identified. So now we can just assume that that's what it is. But assuming, you know what happens when you assume. Kane calls her and is complaining about the vows that he has to write. She was just like, get it done. Is your mom coming to the wedding? And he was like, I don't know. I'll call her right now. She said, oh, no, just don't call her, because Kane know how she be tripping. So just wait till after the wedding. Then we see Tariq. Now Tariq, damn it, he is upset. He is tired of being underestimated. He is Tariq motherfucking St. Patrick. I killed my father. The corniest line ever. I was just like, I don't know. Tariq is a murderer. He has killed a whole bunch of people. We should believe Tariq's gangster for sure. But still something about Tariq. Every time he plays the tough Tariq, I just be cracking up like, oh, here we go. He throwing shit around. He mad and everything. And Davis was just like, again, I'm gonna let you go on and get it out your system. But nigga, you gonna have to calm down. Breathe. And he was just like, I don't need to breathe. I need an army. Are you in? Are you out? Davis is in. Davis ain't got no choice but to be in. What are you talking about? Tariq just upset, bless his heart. Now Monet explains to Drew and Diane, like, we have to take Crazy Carter out. She wants them to stand with her when Tariq comes. Like, we all need to be on the same page. She's like, but I understand you guys have your own lives. You guys been through a lot. Like, if you don't want to do it, I understand. It's all love. But I really, really want y'all to be there with me. So they both tell her that they in. They down. They got it. Family first. I said, look at Monet getting her kids back. Again, you guys, we should have seen it coming. So they go and talk to Tariq and Davis. So what is the plan exactly? Tariq's plan is to get them at the wedding, get Noma at the wedding. But Monet don't want to do that because Kane is going to be up on Noma the whole time, and she don't want to risk Kane's life by taking Noma out, taking a shot at her or anything like that. Like, it's too dangerous. Okay, well, not at the wedding. How about at the reception? Again, they don't want Kane anywhere near them. So they were like, okay, we'll get Kane. We'll grab him. We'll make sure that he's nowhere within the vicinity of Noma. So they done worked out the Noma situation. And how are we going to get Crazy Carter? Well, Drew happens to know that Crazy Carter goes to confession on Saturdays, same time, same place kind of thing. So they set it up. They gonna go to the confessional and get them there. However, the church got cameras everywhere. Well, Effie can black out them cameras. All right, but the thing is, we got to get Effie on board. Effie and Mel are both needed. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So now Tariq goes to talk to Mel and Effie. So, Mel is always down. He gonna always have Tariq's back no matter what. Effie was just like, okay, now why am I here? And Tariq was like, well, everybody who got any sense know you trying to get the hell up out of here and go down to Berkeley. Okay, this is gonna be your ticket out. If we can get rid of Noma and Crazy Carter, then you can go freely to California and go do your your fellowship at the other school. So we gonna take Crazy Carter out, and please do us a favor and not tell your little boyfriend. And she was just like, nigga, you got your fucking nerves with you proud papa baby on the way, if you don't know that they lost a baby. But anyway, they get on the same page. Now, Crazy Carter is a cop. Okay, so these charges is gonna be a little different if we get caught. So everybody need to be sure this is what they gonna do. This is what they gonna do. Davis does his part. You know, he's at the wedding. It's about to get started. Noma's in there getting ready, and one of her security, I guess like one of her main security guys, one that we ain't never seen, Davis needs to take him out. So Davis tells the guy that Noma wanted him to ride with Davis to some place to show him something, child. I don't even know. All I know is Davis is trying to get the man out the picture. So they jump in the car and they driving out. Okay, they end up out in the middle of some wilderness and all this, and the guy is a little concerned, like, where the fuck am I? What are we doing? Well, this is supposed to be where they saw Vadim, the Russian, supposedly, even though I think the guy kind of figured out that wasn't it. So next thing you know, Davis, who we ain't seen Davis struggling with nobody, okay? Davis is a fine lawyer. He ain't out here fisticuffing with niggas, you know. So I was just like, oh my God, Davis, you about to get your ass beat out here. That nigga was big, he was strappy, you know, he looked like he could. Anyway, they was out there struggling, and did the man pull out a injection, a vial or something? I think that's what happened. I looked down, the next thing I know, there was like some syringe or something, and Davis was struggling to put it inside the man. All right, and sure enough, he's able to do it. And he kills the guy, like, immediately. Davis is just like, oh my God. Like, first of all, that could have been you down there on that damn ground. I needed you to have a better plan than this. So now Davis has killed somebody. So Davis pulls him to to the woods, like into the bushes somewhere, and he leaves his body there. I said all this before the damn wedding. And speaking of the wedding, you know, everybody is starting to get there and checking their weapons at the door, because this is a classy wedding. I mean, did you guys really have somebody up there taking weapons? Child, boo. And then we get on to the wedding. Okay, here come the bride, looking beautiful. Kane looks good as well. Davis even makes it on time. Not a dust mark on him. Okay, nigga, did you change clothes or what? You was just struggling out in the fields. Now, while that's going on over there, we see Mel and Effie. They at the church. They taking over the cameras and blacking it out and doing all of that. And Mel did good. He knocked out the priest, you know, that was there and would have seen them and caught them and everything. And then next thing you know, we see Mel taking a bump. She was like, Tariq said no drugs. He was like, well, Tariq don't know nothing. He not here. I was just like, oh, Mel. Mel is for real a crackhead now. Bless his heart. Well, it's cocaine, but they say it's the gateway. I know people be like, Tariq treats Mel bad, but I was like, but Mel is an idiot. And Tariq always has to save his ass some kind of way. Tariq is just an asshole. But anyway, so Tariq goes and hides in one of the confessionals, I guess where the priest usually is. And then sure enough, right on time, we see Crazy Carter. He comes into the church. He goes into his booth. So Tariq comes out of his booth and goes around and he pulls the gun on Crazy Carter. And I was just like, please just shoot him right now so we can go. But of course, that's not how it goes. He pulled a gun on him. He pull him out. We talking and shit, you know. And Crazy Carter lets Tariq know that he has on video when Mel and Tariq went and killed Zion at the fucking safe house. Okay, so now Tariq is not wanting to kill Crazy Carter because he's not trying to, you know, trigger those chain of events. And I was just like, nigga, if you'd have killed him right away, you wouldn't even have known. Like, why y'all always be talking, child? Next thing we know, Tariq, who, even though he is a murderer, he is a horrible fighter. Like, nigga, how did you take your eye off of him? Why all of a sudden now Carter got the gun from Tariq? And now Carter is just like, you pulled a gun on me in church? I was just like, Tariq, like, boo, if you wasn't going to be able to shoot the man, why we did all this? So Effie and Mel, they see this whole thing and they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like, this is not what the plan was. They got to go and help Tariq. So, you know, everybody jump in the car and now we got this high-speed chase. Mel is driving. I was like, if you letting this damn nigga that done snorted this coke drive. But you know what? Mel is keeping up with Crazy Carter. And next thing you know, he sideswipes Crazy Carter, who has Tariq in the back seat, we're assuming, remember. He runs straight into the back, like the corner part of an 18-wheeler trailer that's parked. By all, when you look at that accident, Crazy Carter should have been dead, but you know he wasn't. And neither was Tariq, because when we see Crazy Carter, he upset that, you know, that all that shit took place. And Tariq is upset that Crazy Carter is still alive. Like, why isn't he? Because he had everything on tape. So we can't just kill Crazy Carter just yet. Now, lastly, you guys, the reception. So we see Noma and Kane having their reception dance. You know, and she was just like, are you with me or are you with Monet? And of course, Kane don't know what she's talking about. So he kind of confused and everything, but then it's customary, I guess, in their customs, their African customs, you know, they do this dance and there's all this money that's being thrown around and all that. While all this celebration is going on, we see people slowly gathering up all of Kane's family, okay, including Lil Durk. So they won't let Kane leave the reception, you know, and then next thing we see Diane and Drew being brought in. So Kane is lost. He don't know what's going on. Next thing we see Drew and Diane getting hustled to a car. And right when it looked like they about to get Drew and Diane, then Monet show up and shoot the people, okay? And she's like, where is Kane? Kane is still inside. Noma got him. So now Monet got to go in there and get her boy and everything, you know? So they don't want Monet to do this by herself. So now everybody is on damn demon time, like you said, Closet Freak. Yeah, everybody is running around. It's a whole bunch of pandemonium and shit. They got Kane in this room. Kane is tied up, and now Noma's giving her speech about, you know, how everybody has choices, and, you know, Monet went against her, and like, what is Kane going to choose? Kane is just like, what do you mean, what I choose? Like, you need me. Like, your government contracts are not going to work without me. I'm your husband. They are legally married now. She was just like, that's why we're talking now. Okay, now downstairs it's a fucking bloodbath. There's a whole bunch of shooting going on and everything. I was like, are y'all all in the same building? Do you guys not hear that's what's going on there? Kane is feeling away about his mama. You know what? That's his mother. She's the only person that ever had his back. So, you know what? Fuck you, he says to Noma. And I was like, well, you probably shouldn't have said that. She was just like, fuck yourself, cunt. Right when she's about to shoot Kane, I guess, you know, Monet busts in there. And there's this big shootout, right? And it's all this confusion because Kane is tied to the chair in the middle of all this. So bullets is flying and shit. Monet runs around the corner, her brother, all these people, you know, Noma and her brother run around the corner, and then Monet is around this other corner, and Kane is right there in the middle. And I was just like, girl, now how you gonna do this? Your son gonna get shot. Okay, so please be careful. And I guess Monet must have thought about it and was just like, Lorenzo, Mecca, we fixing to continue this conversation up in heaven or hell or wherever you guys are, because next thing we know, that Monet steps out, ain't tried to block herself or nothing. She got guns and she is just shooting. Pow, 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 pow. All out in the open. I said, no. Child, let me tell you something. We saw the bullets hit her like pow, 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 pow. It's blood and shit, and Kane is there. He done fell over in the chair, and he is just like, Mom, like screaming. And she falls down on the ground, y'all, and Monet is gone on the glory. You know, I listen, Monet has gotten on my nerves plenty of times, and I actually expected Monet to die, but I surely didn't want Monet to die like that. I said, girl, not in the... Kane had to sit there and watch his mother die. I was just like, oh my God. Noma and her brother, everybody done ran. And Drew and Diana, they come in the room. Of course, everything didn't happen right now. And they see their mom, you know, and he was just like, Kane was just like, it's okay, Mom. Like, it's okay. And, you know, she just bleeding out. And the kids come in there and they all screaming and crying like, Mom, please breathe. Mom, it's going to be okay, you know. And child, it is not going to be okay. Bitch, Monet is dead as a doornail down there, you guys. And we got to give her the correct send off. The end of an era. Oh my God, did not. I mean, we should have expected it. We really should have. But I really thought that Noma was going to die before Monet. But now that Monet is dead, you best believe Kane is going to kill Noma. Next episode, it is happening. But I tell you, I was so heartbroken to see that girl go out like that. I was just like, oh, and it was so violent and everything. But I mean, she was standing for her babies. But I was just like, girl, we couldn't have did it a better way. Because why you thought you was going to be able to do this? All them guns flying. I was just like, oh, Monet, I'm so sad. What y'all thought about the episode? Y'all have to let me know what you thought. It was good, though. Everything was good. I hate that the show is ending, but this season didn't do well by the show. But let's hope next episode is going to be a really good one, at least. At least give us that. All right, you guys, let me get on off of here. Make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.